So it's another cheeky midweek semi, and we've got for this offering an Antoria Rockstar from the mid-80s, full of goodies. So, and this is very deluxe, but we'll have a talk about that in a minute. So let's have a quick listen. I'll tell you what I can. Let's go. So pick up time and starting with the bridge. Of course, I don't need to tell you that's in the noisy or distorted setting, onto the centre position. The neck. Lovely. Let's see how it cleans up. And again, starting with the bridge pickup. Centre. And onto the neck. Stuff, right, let's have a jolly good look round. Nice one, this. So this one was pretty much the pick of the crop, and it certainly had all the high-end deployments on it, including gold hardware. So let's go from stem to stern like we do. So it is, of course, called the Antoria Rockstar. Its official designation is the EG 1935. This is actually the EGH 1935 for some reason. So this one doesn't have those cheapo tuners on. This one has got the Shell style tuners on it. There's no serial number, but we can date it fairly accurately to sort of 83 to 85. Certainly it's a mid-80s production. Nice big fat overloot there. I'm loving that. I like those. We've got a scarf joint on the maple neck, which is set into the maple body, which is bound. 7-ply binding, fore and aft. Single ply on the neck. Triangle truss rod cover. I suspect that the dot, I mean, it's definitely a rosewood fingerboard, but I suspect the dot inlays are, in fact, mother of pearl. So, this, before I go any further, this is another. So, the Epiphone that we did last week, made in the Samick factory in Indonesia. This one was made in the Samick factory in Korea when they moved the production of Antoria from Fujigen Gaki in Japan to Korea. They moved to the Samick factory, which is a well-respected outlet. So, yes, layered maple body. And again, all like the Epiphone, this has got bound F-holes, which is less traditional. 2 volumes, two tones, so the volumes are up and the tones are down in the same layout as a Gibson. And of course, it's a 335. It's a shameless 335 copy. I believe that some of the ones that went to the Japanese market did in fact have the open book headstock, but of course these came to the UK and we weren't allowed to copy that feature. So you've got a stop, tail and tunematic. Now the bridge, both pickups are popping out 8+. The neck pickup being slightly hotter than the bridge, but the bridge does have, and you might see some photos back here, does have taped off conductor wires, which means that theoretically you could split it, although quite frankly I don't see the point. I'm not really a fan of that kind of thing, as you know. So yeah, the string height is 1.25. It might be actually just a hair less than 1.25 on the high E at the 12th fret there, but nice and low. It plays impeccably, absolutely impeccably. And it's weird because I was thinking 1985 still feels quite recent to me. It doesn't feel like it's, how long ago is it? It's 40 years ago. Almost 39 years ago. And I've got to tell you, and again, it's a 39-year-old guitar, or maybe 40-year-old guitar, and it's not far off. I mean, there's a few little marks on it, but very, very little of note. One of the ID factors on this is the oversized scratch plate, which I rather like. I like that. I like the big scratch plate. You do have, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, there is a label inside there, which gives you a little bit of information, tells you Samick career basically, and the model number. Yeah, this has been cared for, hasn't it? It's been cared for, and I suspect that it spent a lot of its life in a hard case or in a case, because when I changed the strings, it's got new strings on, I changed the strings and I took these off, there's only the very, very lightest shade of colour difference. So yes, I suspect it's been protected from sunlight and other atmospheric nasties. So yeah, and again, these are getting slightly thinner on the ground, and they're definitely a match. Probably, maybe some may consider them to be more than a match for the Epiphone 335s or the dots. But they're, and again, you're always looking for the same things with these. You're looking for, any difficulties around the head, neck and neck body area. Obviously, with them being 40 years old, you want to make sure that everything works and that they play well, because there's no reason why they wouldn't play well. They are absolutely brilliant instruments. So I can, properly recommended from me. They're beautiful guitars to play and look at as well. And although they are mean, they are quite physically big. Once you've got it on and you've got it in your hands and you're playing, you can't feel its size. You see. So I think I've covered everything. So with all that said, I shall thank you as much for tuning in as always, and I shall look forward to seeing you on the next one. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.